Grand Canyon National Park, North Rim Part 2. Grand Canyon National Park is in the northwest corner of Arizona, USA. The Colorado River flows through the canyon. The Grand Canyon landscape is much bigger than the national park. It is 277 river miles long, up to 18 miles wide and a mile deep. The rugged landscape captures hundreds of millions of years of evolution of the Earth's history. Its Vishnu basement rocks are estimated to be 2 billion years old. There are two public areas of the Grand Canyon National Park, the North Rim and the South Rim. We, that is, Shyamkant and his family, first visited the North Rim and then the South Rim. In the first part of this series of videos, we covered the scenery and landscape in the neighborhood of North Rim Visitor Center. In this second part, we will cover scenery as we travel along the Cape Royal Road up to Cape Royal. We started our tour from the Grand Canyon Lodge of the North Rim. Initially, we traveled along the North Rim entrance road, passing through a mixed forest of ponderosa pine, Douglas fir, and aspen. At the junction, we turned along the Cape Royal Road and traveled about 5 miles where the road veers to the right. The road going to the left reaches the Imperial Point. We took the right turn towards Cape Royal. Our first stop along the way was at Vista Encantada. The point is surrounded by spectacular views. It is a good picnic spot. The viewpoint of Vista Encantada looks over the Walhalla Plateau. We could view the Brady Peak from here. The Brady Peak summit has an elevation of 8,121 feet. It is situated 1 mile northeast of Vista Encantada. It towers 4,800 feet above the bottom of Nankoweap Canyon. The summit spire of Brady Peak is composed of cream-colored Permian Coconino Sandstone. There are information signs at the Vista Encantada, which portray a century of scientific study of natural forces acting on the canyon and what early explorers found. Also, there are sketches of trees and animals and birds found in the forest. Our next halt was at Roosevelt Point. This point was named in honor of President Roosevelt, 26th President of the United States, for his efforts towards preservation of Grand Canyon. From this point, you can catch a good view of scenery to the north. You can have view of Turtle Peak. Turtle Peak is 8,386 feet prominence adjacent to Roosevelt Point on the east rim of the Walhalla Plateau. The peak is at 0.4 mile northeast of Roosevelt Point on an eroded ridgeline. There are also benches at the point so you can sit down and have a picnic. From Roosevelt Point, we drove straight to Cape Royal. For want of time, we could not halt at Walhalla Point on the way. We started walking from the car park area situated at the end of Cape Royal Road, 23 miles from North Rim Visitor Center. We came across greenery of pinyon pines, sagebrush, cliff rose, and currant. There are information boards which explain how vegetation at Cape Royal is different from the ponderosa pine forest we drove through. They also mention how early inhabitants made use of various parts of the trees. As we walked further, stunning scenic views opened up. An initial outlook gives you a terrific view of Angel's Window. It is a triangle-shaped natural arch formed in a wall of limestone. It acts as a frame for photographs of Colorado River flowing through the canyon viewed from a distance. The arch is a product of freezing and thawing with accelerated erosion of Kaibab limestone. Walking further, a path to the top of Angel's Window shows up. It leads to a narrow walkway above the Angel's Window arch. It offers magnificent views of summits and the river. It is risky to walk over the narrow path, since there are deep gorges on the sides of the wall jutting out into the canyon. One has to be very careful and look for fencing and railings on all sides of lookout points, which provide excellent views of the Grand Canyon. Finally, we reach the Cape Royal Outlook. It is one of the most beautiful spots in the Grand Canyon. It juts out in the canyon and provides magnificent views from all sides. Looking at the southwest, you can see the view of Wotan's Throne. It is a 7,721 feet high summit located immediately southwest of Cape Royal Outlook. Wotan's Throne is named for Wotan, the supreme deity. It has wooded top and is composed of 700 feet thick Kaibab limestone overlaying 300 feet thick cream-colored cliff-forming Permian Coconino Sandstone. As you view further into southwest, you come across the most stupendous mass of natural carving, that is the Vishnu Temple. It is a 7,533-foot summit named for Vishnu, the Hindu deity. The Vishnu Temple is composed of cream-colored cliff-forming Permian Coconino Sandstone with a Kaibab limestone cupola caprock. The sandstone was deposited 265 million years ago as sand dunes. A 6,400 feet platform summit called Rama Shrine is situated at the southeast of the Vishnu Temple at a distance of about 1 mile. A 6,131 feet elevation summit called Krishna Shrine is situated at the southwest to the Vishnu Temple at a distance of 1 mile. Both Rama and Krishna shrines are named after Hindu gods. Looking at southeast from Cape Royal Point is Freya Castle, which is a 7,288 feet elevation summit located in the Grand Canyon. It is located 1 mile southeast of the Cape Royal Outlook. It is at a distance of 1.5 miles north of Vishnu Temple and 1.7 miles northeast of Wotan's throne. Freya's castle is named after the Norse goddess of love, beauty, and fertility. The summit of Freya Castle is composed of cream-colored Permian Coconino Sandstone. After completing our tour of Cape Royal, we started moving back towards North Rim's Visitor Center. We decided to visit Point Imperial before returning to the lodge. On our way back, as we passed through the Walhalla Lookout area, we could have one more look at the Angel's Window and various temple summits, which were visible to us even from our lower elevation. It was about 40 minutes' drive from Cape Royal to Point Imperial. Point Imperial is the highest point on the North Rim. It has an elevation of 8,803 feet. It overlooks the Painted Desert and the eastern end of Grand Canyon. From here, the canyon view encompasses Mt. Hayden, Vermilion Cliffs, and Marble Canyon, as well as the area of the park that was burnt by wildfire. Picnic tables, as well as information signs, are located at the park. It is to be noted that the name Marble Canyon is a misnomer because there is no marble there. Mount Hayden is 8,362-foot elevation summit located in the Grand Canyon, situated 1/2 mile southeast of Point Imperial Viewpoint. It towers 5,000 feet above the bottom of Nankoweap Canyon. Mount Hayden is named for Charles T. Hayden, who established Arizona State University. The summit spire of Mount Hayden is composed of cream-colored cliff-forming Permian Coconino Sandstone caprock. This sandstone was deposited 265 million years ago as sand dunes. The eastern rim, Marble Canyon, is a very unique part of the Grand Canyon National Park and is heritage.
When you can do that, it means lightning's like close by. Right? And it's all metal surrounding there. So you don't really want to be on the limb.
High rock with a metal.
Yeah. All right, good to know.
You want to be really careful, so...
Okay. We'll see what the situation's like.